I'm going to introduce you AR and VR market today. Movie studios, media companies, and smart money venture capitals are all investing heavily into AR and VR. For example, PlayStation 4 is sold more than 70 million units, while PlayStation VR sold more than 2 million in a year. When Apple first introduced its Apple One, it sold 1.4 million in its first 3 months. So what is AR and VR? Virtual reality is a computer-generated scenario that simulates a realistic experience. Augmented reality is a live, direct, or indirect view of physical, real-world environment whose elements are augmented by computer-generated perceptual information. This graphic is called hype cycle. It represents the maturity, adoption, and social application of specific technologies. When we look at the top of the curve, after a huge hype, there is a fall which is called trough of disillusionment. AR and VR technology is said to be going to this stage. However, this is probably caused by people's reaction to this brand new technology. This market can be segmented on its hardware enablement, which can be subcategorized into headset makers, position eye gesture tracking, and mobile hardware enablement. In development stack, we have video processing and engine makers. In application segment, there are many platforms like game, content, social, ads, education, retail, healthcare, and heavy industry. Also, it has distribution segment. Companies are mapped in this way because of their primary use case. Companies are aiming for young people like 15 to 30 age because AR/VR technology is entered our world, like for playing video games. But this isn't the only group. Amazon's rumored smart glasses that are Alexa compatible. Apple's titanic bet on AR ubiquity, starting with ARKit and the iPhone. Google's rebuttal to Apple with AR Core on Android. Facebook's new AR ecosystem and new low-priced Oculus headset. The surprise hit of Sony PlayStation VR. Startup can affect this market by bringing new ideas into this market, but these big sharks can immediately buy these little startups. So startups can affect this market in a positive way. This market has a lot of offerings for different type of users. It spans among workers in a factory. With the help of augmented reality glasses, they can see the amount of materials which they should focus on. In the healthcare industry, the market is majorly driven by applications in surgical simulations, diagnostic imaging, patient care management, rehabilitation, and health management. This market faces a few challenges like price. VR headsets and devices are very expensive for the market. Yes, there are some applications that can work on our smartphones, but also there are different types of devices like headsets, lens. At present, augmented reality is still being used primarily for entertainment and advertising. As this changes and it expands into education, medicine, maintenance, and other fields that are always looking for more effective methods or solutions, it's likely that AR will become a regular option in our lives, from an emerging technologies guide to AR paper. Virtual reality and augmented reality are used in several sectors and contexts, from consumer applications to manufacturers. Yet, it's in manufacturing that augmented reality offers great value in myriad applications, in combination with several other technologies as per usual. Virtual reality and augmented reality can play a role in a typical earlier stages where optimization and enhanced productivity are more important than later stages of innovation and genuine business transformation. Use cases include machining and production, education and collaboration, factory planning, assembly, security, testing and digital prototyping, to name a few. The cyberith virtualizer is a locomotion platform for virtual reality, also known under the name omnidirectional treadmill. Its VR simulator enables full movement in virtual environments. When we look at its value proposition, first of its kind virtual reality system, step into your favorite game and experience a whole new level. There is a freedom of movement, walk, run, sit or jump without restraints. It's a full VR gaming platform, the first, most compact, easily assembled and affordable. Private markets are the largest and obviously customer segments. The product's VP targets young boys with the age 15 to 20 age, which is shown as KT&T, and hardcore gamers. The product is cheap enough to private customers. Business markets will be smaller part of the total sale revenue. However, the markets can brand the products and lead to more sales in the private. The product is new and therefore cyberith should be aware of new potential markets like cyber cafes and military usage. When we come to its customer relationships, people can purchase it over its website and there may be maintenance issues. Channels are two types, retails and advertisements. There are B2B and B2C type of revenue streams. Users only pay once for the product itself, and there will be shared revenue from game development companies. Its key resources are the product is come to surface as a Kickstarter, and they had funding, and then they improved it. The team knows very well how to design and implement this kind of technology. Knowing the how part is crucial in this business model, and its key activities and development, which is done by small teams based in Austria. Production, shipping and logistics are outsourced to experts for the restrictive areas. Also, there should be game developers for this hardware so it can be in the game. When we come to the cost structure, it's value driven and there are some manufacturing costs. Thank you for listening to me. See you in a new game.